Welcome, everybody, to episode 249 of the China Show, the real China Show.
Not
Fantastic.
the fake one.
Yeah, of course not. 249, area code is what?
Shout out to Ontario, Canada today.
Yep.
All you guys up there with the syrup and hockey.
You
and
25%ers. I'm sorry, but that's awful. Sorry that had to happen. It's nonsense. Anyway.
We always shout out the area codes in the beginning of our episode, depending on what episode number it is.
Yeah.
Today, I will say this, not to hype the show up too much, a very big show.
Yeah, we got some good stuff.
One of the big, can we give a little teaser?
Yeah, I suppose so. Let's have a little what's new over here.
Yeah. I just wanted to say, do you remember that? Do they remember that explosion we had last week?
Yeah, we got a bigger one.
Maybe by about 100 magnitude of 100.
Yeah, we got a much bigger explosion for you.
And we had been there.
Yes.
We'd been to where it happened.
We got lots of interesting things happening. We've got a massive section on this whole craziness that's going on with people trying to get run over on purpose. We all know this is a real thing in China, but we got some crazy clips for you.
And it's getting worse.
And we got shill broth.
For all you real ones out there.
You're going to want to see that.
There's a shill broth update.
Yes.
Where we can kind of clearly see what it's made of now.
Yeah, well,
So
at
you're
least it's
gonna
a different flavor of shill broth.
First off, I do want to say, can you guys help us out and click like on the stream? We
That'd
really
be nice.
appreciate it. We get to a nice solid number there because it does help push the stream up in the algorithm. I know some people are not getting the notifications.
Oh, yeah.
Let's fight back a little bit. Click like. We'd appreciate it.
Yeah, you could help us.
Thank you very
Anyway,
much.
let's get right into it with what's new. This is where we talk about everything that's new. Whoa! Specifically with regards to China, and there was this vicious panda attack
There was.
in Chengdu.
Yeah. That's a nice little view.
Yeah, that's what happens if you don't tether your pandas.
Well, this is what happens if you slander your pandas.
Yes.
They so if you guys don't remember, China banned panda slander.
Yes.
And actually arrested and threw in jail 12 people in China
For spreading rumors about pandas.
spreading rumors about pandas. Now,
Yeah.
the funny thing about that is
Because
that
it's not funny at all.
no, is that obviously
Yeah.
the law wasn't strict enough because
Yeah.
the pandas took retaliation into their own hands and rolled
Yes.
through the city, as you can see. If you're listening right now and you're not viewing, there's a giant inflatable panda rolling through a street,
Yes, exactly.
getting its revenge.
Do we have an update on the All My Homies Hate Panda song?
Yeah, so if you were here last week, there was a song put out called All My Homies Hate Pandas, which in fact breaks every law in China because it
Yeah.
slanders pandas. There was another version of that song. It's the same song, but it's got a different tune.
Yeah, I tell you what, though, if you actually, this is not even a joke. If you're in China and you post this video, this stupid music video that's All My Homies Hate Pandas, you can actually get arrested.
Shout out to Dragonella.
Yes, for helping us.
This, if you posted this, you would get a knock on your door.
Yeah.
I'm not joking.
So do we have it?
We have it.
Let's show it. Get us out of here. Let's do it.
This is version 2. Didn't quite make the cut, but we think you guys will like it.
Yeah.
After this.
Yeah, after this, obviously. That's pretty cool.
They're super fat and dumb. They can't even reproduce on their own. Come at me, CCP. I'll use panda shit to make some tea, and you will drink it gleefully. Smile now for the camera. All my homies hate those pandas. Come at me, CCP. I'll use panda shit to make some tea, and you will drink it gleefully. Smile now for the camera. All my homies hate those pandas. All my homies hate those pandas.
If you guys like that, please click like.
I'm curious, like,
Appreciate it.
do you prefer the old version or this newer one?
I think the older one has a more fun, like, silly, modern, like, pop vibe. This is more like stock music type vibe. However, this has a better hook.
Oh, okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think you're probably right. But I think I prefer the original, though.
Yeah. This is probably just as catchy, if not more, in the chorus.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But it is very stock music.
Yes. And remember, you can go to jail in China if you post this. So
literally would.
don't post.
Just humor me for a second. Just can we humor me?
Sure.
Just want to ask you a question. Mm-hmm. Say you're one of the thousands of CCP apologists right now.
Yeah.
You know, the pro-China shills, which are
There's a lot of them.
absolutely everywhere right now
Yep.
because they're getting incentivized. If you're one of them,
Yes.
how do you think they perform the mental gymnastics to support a government that makes it illegal and throws people in jail for spreading rumors about pandas?
They don't care. They just don't care.
So crazy to me.
By the way, a little bit of an update.
Yeah.
In our last show, I showed you that fake shill video of, that was posted by Flatcap McDonald's
yeah.
of Guilin
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Young Shaw, whatever. And it was like, this is the real China,
And it was
hashtag the
literally
real
fake.
China. And it was fake. Not only did it get a community note to say it's fake, but like tons of comments saying like, dude, it's AI, it's fake.
Even his supporters.
Yeah, even
the
his
CCP
supporters are like, dude, you're making China look bad.
Yeah.
Don't post it. Kept it on. Kept doubling down. Guess what? After our show, he took it down. So you see, we working together can create a positive change when it comes to combating propaganda.
Yes.
So let's keep it up, guys. We're changing the world.
And don't forget to post this panda video on the Chinese internet. Apparently. See what happens to your account.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on, shall we? To something quite terrifying. And that is literally a rain of fire. So this was taken on a highway in China. Let's get us out of here. And dude's driving along and he sees this in front of him.
Holy.
And so he's like, okay, what the hell is that?
Right.
I don't know why someone decided to go under the fire waterfall. I would back away.
Because they played way too much Sonic. You know, like the
Yes,
lava.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, that's terrifying. I don't normally see fire going down. Does it make sense?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Fire goes up.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Fire go up.
Ooh, fire go up. Exactly. Man, make fire.
Fire no go down.
Yeah, exactly. But there's like a waterfall of fire, and it turns out there's like a tanker truck or something up there spilled a chemical that caught on fire.
You know, you can make one of those, those in Soviet Russia, like whatever.
Yeah,
opposite.
exactly.
It's like in China. In
communist China,
fire
Go
goes
down. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Huosha.
Yeah.
Exactly. But that's absolutely terrifying. And again, it just points to the lack of safety standards that you find in,
Yes.
I don't know. I feel like if this happened in America, it would be something again. Like that Ohio train derailment?
Yes,
That's all you ever hear about? I bet you if you show this to anyone on Twitter or something, they'll be like, oh yeah, what about the Ohio trail derailment?
Yeah.
In my mind, yeah.
By the way,
None of this stuff is ever reported on, is it?
yeah, what we're showing you right now is incredibly mild compared to
Oh,
what
we've got
you're
something.
about to
We got
see.
something bigger coming. But I mean, just look at the amount of pollution. Look at the crazy, hazardous thing. It's probably melting through the rebar there. Who knows what's going on?
Looks like it's about to delete the bridge.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
a pretty impressive chemical accident spill thing.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, incredibly dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's insane.
yeah.
But do you guys remember this?
Yes,
What is this?
bollards.
These are bollards. We guys
Mm-hmm.
we all learned together, some of us that, are American, we don't know the word bollard. Well, some of us
Yeah.
know.
What do you call them again?
Roadblocks or something.
Traffic
traffic
Roblox. Isn't that a game?
Oh, not Roblox. Ooh.
Yeah, those are Roblox apparently.
No,
Yeah.
these are Roblox.
Okay, yeah.
No, so here's the deal. The Chinese people were en masse getting in their car and then running over 10,
Yeah, this is
20,
happening.
30, 40, 50,
By the
60.
way, it's not in the past
people.
tense. It's still happening.
Yeah. I'm saying they were doing it en masse. So what happened, and it's still happening.
Yes.
But what happened was the Chinese government goes, hey, let's get some bollards up.
Yes.
And these bollards are there to stop the cars from running over 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, sometimes 80 people.
Yeah, 100
right?
people. Yeah.
So what they did...
That Zhuhai one was crazy.
Yes.
Where the guy just went around just mowing everyone down. Yeah, and it really sparked a great interest in trying to prevent these incidents.
It did. So what happened was they're like, we need bollards. But just like any top-down government, before you start worshiping dictatorships, guys, because they get stuff done, it happens haphazardly and poorly.
Yes.
So a town will get about 100 bollards here.
Yeah.
And they'll all put them in one spot.
Yeah, so it's very telling this is in front of a school, because
Right.
usually schools are the target of these mass attacks.
Yeah, so there are grown men and women will go and run over children.
Yeah, that's,
which is
yeah.
literally happening en masse
Yeah.
in China, but for some reason no one's talking about it because that doesn't matter,
Nope.
right?
Yeah.
Because Ohio train derailed.
Yeah, exactly. or
whatever.
Flint, Michigan's water.
Michigan, someone said that to you the other day. What was that again?
Dude,
So-
it's so stupid. Okay, I'll make myself big for this. But again, you cannot escape this Flint, Michigan argument, because I posted, I can't remember, it was something about a food safety issue or something in
Yes.
China, right?
Which we got plenty of those today.
Yeah, exactly. And so, of course, you get the Flint, Michigan guy comes along. Oh, yeah, tell the kids in America that can't drink water in Flint, Michigan, which you can now, by the way.
Yeah.
And I was like, what about you tell all the children in China around the entire country that you cannot drink the water? Because there's not one place in China where you can, which you'll see.
And the
Yeah.
treated water is horribly carcinogenic as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, it's ridiculous.
Which you can't drink out of the faucet.
We have a bollard report for you.
Yeah, so yeah,
There's a whole reason for this.
Yes.
So let's see the
Bollard. Bollard.
China's prolific use of bollards in great numbers has led to a dramatic decrease in mass attacks. However, they have not stopped local injuries.
这个好啊，你会玩呀？
Bollard.
Another
Well,
Hey,
What?
there's more bollard news.
Okay.
Oh, you can come and say it, it's fine.
No, I was hoping we could see that again.
Oh, okay.
Okay, can
Let's
we?
watch the first part of
Yeah,
bollard
okay.
report again.
This is why you don't mess around. Like,
Oh, Chen
okay?
To Tung.
Yes, Chen To Tung. One more time. Okay,
Chinese
then,
speakers
then,
will get the joke.
Then I won't touch it again. Okay, I promise. All right, I just got to see it again.
However, they have not stopped local injuries.
这个好啊，你会玩呀？
And he just kind of gives up. He's like, "Ouch, that sucks."
Pause that actually
Yeah.
real quick, just so we can give some tribute to Chen To Tung.
Yeah.
His cousin suffered a similar fate. Not bollard related, but slide related. Do you remember him?
Oh, Slide Man. Let me find Slide
this is
Man.
his cousin.
Yeah, I'll find it. Here he is. Sorry.
I think they may be related.
They're definitely related.
They love to slide down things and hit their head.
Yeah. By the way, don't worry. He's actually okay. We saw the whole video. He gets up.
Chen To Tung, I'm not sure. I can't. I don't want to lie.
Well,
Slide
I'm
Man, yes,
pretty sure
he
he's
gets up.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's let's move on.
Bollard.
In other bollard news, local governments in China, without the budget, have designated local citizens to become bollards themselves. The human bollard experiment is ultimately failing.
Bollard.
Wow, that was a good bollard report.
That was a good bollard report.
The human bollard experiment is not succeeding in China.
No,
Unfortunately,
not at
people
all.
are kind of up in legs about it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Speaking of legs, we've got a little scene for you here, which is a bit of a precursor of what's to come later in the show.
Yes.
But beggars in China are kind of nasty. I've made quite a few videos about them because they belong to gangs. Beggars, when you see beggars in China, it's not like your, hey, listen, I'm down on my luck.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
need my fentanyl type thing. It's more of a, hey, listen, I'm part of a gang.
Right.
And don't mess with me. Give me money.
Right.
And if you don't, I'm going to harass you.
Correct.
Which is very unfortunate.
Yeah.
But if you take a look at this video here, you can see something interesting. See how that guy's harassing the person? He'll stick the ball into the dude's leg. Dude, beggars in China are incredibly frustrating. Okay? I'm just going to tell a quick story here, but on purpose, they'll be, of course, grubby and dirty, and they'll come up to people and grab their clothes. You've had that happen to you, right? Like you're out on a date, they'll go up to like your girlfriend and they'll grab their nice clean dress with a grubby hand or something until you give them money. It's quite a common thing. And they'll specifically, man, they used to piss me off. Like they'll specifically go to the parks where you've got like benches around the lake, where you've got a girlfriend and boyfriend sitting there trying to have a romantic date, you know, maybe make out or something. And then they'll go bother you on purpose and like try to touch you with their grubby hands till you give them money to go away. Very frustrating the way they operate.
Yep.
I had one beggar pick his nose and try to wipe his. I'm not even. I've got it on camera.
What?
I've got it on camera.
What?
Yeah, he literally picked his nose and then tried to touch my clothes, and I'm like, "Come on, dude, just
Please click like to make up for that horrible incident. Please.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
true though, and I have the footage. I put a video on my channel a long time ago about it, but it's really frustrating. Anyway, so let's see what happens to this guy. It's like doing his dirty ball on the guy's leg thing over here. Let's see. Like, and the kid's just like, get out of here. Oh man. Yeah, you don't want
At
to
a
be.
Kao Lung Mian stand there.
Yes, it's pretty nice, Colin, man. Yeah.
Jimbing as well. Oh, kick down.
Yeah, kick down, kick down.
Look at this map.
Yes, okay. So
Do you know what province this is? It's Hunan. And we're going to...
not to be confused with Hubei.
Nope. I don't think anyone confuses that.
You know?
Because they sound different.
Yeah, but they always confuse Hebei and Hubei.
I think you do.
No, I don't. I know the difference between a lake. I know the difference.
Come on.
Okay, all right. No, I know the difference between a lake and a river. Okay.
I know. I'm joking.
But anyway, Hunan.
So in
is,
Hunan, in Yongzhou.
Lake South.
Yeah. Let's not do this translation thing.
Okay.
Anyway, the
Yeah.
province of Hunan is in southern
The province of
China.
Lake South.
It's where Chairman Mao's from.
Yes.
But there's a lot of minorities there. We're going to be talking about one of China's 56 ethnic minorities, which are in Yongzhou.
Yes.
And Yongzhou is a place that we have been, in fact. In fact, let's zoom into an experience that we had there.
Oh, a little experience. Oh, I remember this. Let me get us out of here.
It's
Interesting.
an entire hornet. That's huge. You really don't want to eat this.
Yes, that was interesting, eh?
It was
Immersed
we were,
like a pustule.
in Yongzhou.
I'm going to just play
you
this
just play
in the background. I'll
and
pause.
turn it down a little
Yeah,
bit.
I'll take that audio out.
It poured thousands of kilograms of benzene into the Xiang River. Okay. Reports were seldomly seen online. They blocked all of the news about it until they put out one sanitized report with no pictures or video saying like, "Oh, there was an accident in Yongzhou."
Yeah.
which I read on the Chinese internet. Everything was wiped, right?
Yeah.
It looks like the authorities were using cheap labor to collect chemicals with no protection, right? And there's no safety standards, and was pouring them into fields and drains to dispose of them.
Right.
So what happened is all of these chemicals accumulated in the storm drains, under the roads, under apartments, in the pipe systems across the whole city.
Yeah.
So when this explosion happened, it caused a chain reaction of exploding chemicals.
Yes.
That could have vaporized thousands of people. We have no idea.
Yeah.
We literally have no clue of how many people were affected by this. It launched pieces of road and rubble into cars, into houses, everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, you could just see some of the
It was
devastation
apocalyptic.
here. Yeah.
And it was it was crazy. It's absolutely crazy what the devastation that came out of this one thing.
Yeah.
Because of, and this is what happens, is everything seems fine in China until it's not.
Yep.
So you have how many years of probably accumulating chemical waste that they're just dumping illegally, right?
Yeah, and then it just explodes. But this in particular was just this tanker, spilt this stuff, and again, like you said, they're just disposing of it in the wrong places, and it seeped into the drains and seeped into all these places. It causes these massive incidents.
I mean,
like
this. My point is, this can happen anywhere.
Yeah.
And it does. It
I mean,
does
we've
happen
seen
everywhere.
sinkholes and and
we
crazy
did
things.
We did a crazy search one time, actually fairly recently, and we were looking up all these like factories that were catching on fire. And this is just a good litmus test. We would type in like factory fires in China, come up with a bunch.
Yes.
But then when you type in like a small city's name, let's just say Yongzhou factory fire. It would come up with multiple results for one city, right?
Yeah.
So this happens all the time across China. We can attest to this. Horrific accidents all the time in China.
Just doesn't make the news.
Well, because it can't, right? When you have a government with 8 out of 10 freedom scale, you have them wipe and sanitize the media of anything and throw people in jail when they post these videos. So the people that post these videos or get these videos out end up getting arrested.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It's nuts.
Yeah,
Absolutely nuts.
Something else happened because of this. There was a big rush on bottled water. You know, because there's, of course, a massive scare. There's chemicals now in the river, all this kind of stuff. People are worried about, like, oh, no, what's going to happen? Everything's more contaminated than usual.
Yes.
So we better go get lots of bottled water.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunately, as per usual, created like a little black market of people selling fake bottled water.
Yes. Not 8 out of 10, by the way. 8 out of, so people were saying 8 out of 10?
No.
8 out of 100
Yes.
on the Freedom House score. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's really, really bad. So anyway, let's get past this particular
Well, I just
bus
wanted to
parking
show,
lot.
like, it's pretty nuts
It is.
what can happen. I mean, because this guy didn't go and show the other areas. We saw some some zoomed out photos of the
Yes.
sheer damage. You can find some more videos online. But these photos is not just here. It was all over the place.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you could tell what's happened here is just
the
an
pipe
underground pipe has exploded because it was, or underground sewer system there was full of that benzene chemical.
Yeah.
I'll fast forward past this so we can just see a little more. Okay, looks like we're kind of at the end here of this particular one. So I'm going to restore our audio here. Here we can see people rushing to get bottled water as a result. And so, of course, it's become a hot commodity.
Yep.
And there's always this crazy reaction whenever you've got something like this happening. You know, with the Fukushima disaster, remember the salt rush?
Yes.
You know, it just spreads like wildfire. Everyone's like, okay, we got to go get, in this case, bottled water. But what you're seeing here now is this horrible thing that always happens when there's some kind of a disaster. These people that are there to take advantage of the situation.
Yeah.
So you've got people here that are literally taking like water from the drains to fill it up in order to sell it.
Yeah, benzene is horrific for you, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely horrific.
Yeah. Can I just point out that this scene is quite the scene.
Well, it's just very par for the course.
This is what I'm trying to say is
This is what China
there's like a
looks
dead chicken on the road there. I mean,
Yes.
you know, like everything's hobbledy, pickledy and stuff. It's just, this is China outside of the flashy cities.
Yes.
Okay. Everybody, as you're going to see later on, everybody gets shown this very sterilized Potemkin village kind of idea of what China is.
The Jae-Hung-shu version.
Yes, exactly. You get to see, like a flashy city with lights and stuff. But you just need to go, even in the big cities, you go about an hour outside or half an hour outside of the
Yeah, I
main
was gonna say
central,
less.
less from the main central area. And this is what you see. And this is ubiquitous across China, is you'll see this, like dead chicken on the road, random bits of
Which
trash.
you're going to buy to
Yeah,
eat.
exactly. People,
Ate plastic, by the way.
yeah.
Yeah.
People,
Remember styrofoam
Yes,
oil
yeah.
chickens? We saw chickens being raised in the road that were
Yeah.
predominantly eating pieces of styrofoam dipped in motor oil.
exactly. Yeah.
Free
Anyway,
range.
yeah, free range, yeah. So as you can see, people are really like stocking up on the bottled water. Like this dude's got his whole car full of it.
Yeah.
Got
Got some sodas as well.
May as well.
Yeah.
See,
Well, I wiped
it's
it out,
it's
yeah.
all gone off the shelves.
Yep. Panic buying.
Again, like, this is a significant, again, look, so you got your road vegetables there.
Yep.
Kind of reminds me of, like old beat 'em ups where you walk around and you like,
Yeah, so you pick up
like
food,
a
there's a
road
hamburger
chicken or
whatever.
something and then you get healthy again.
That's China.
It's China.
IRL.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, just show you, this is what you see. You got road vegetables and people carting, tons of bottled water. But again, something of this magnitude that's caused such panic, where you've got a whole city of people going out to buy this stuff, and you don't hear about it.
There's no news, dude.
Yeah.
You can't get it out.
No.
It's only us. It's only us and the people sneaking the videos out.
Yeah, exactly. It's insane. But yeah, you'll hear Ohio rail train derailment where no one died. You know what I mean?
Yes. In Flint, Michigan
Oh,
water.
yeah, Flint, Michigan
Not
water.
benzene explosion affects 100,000 people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
None
Not
of
that.
that. Nope.
You don't hear that.
Yeah. So also, as kind of an emergency response, the government sent in water spraying trucks
Yeah.
And what they do is, they're like there to clean the roads, but it was just to wash all the benzene off of everything,
That was their protocol.
Yeah.
Was let's bring trains of water sprayer trucks.
Yeah, which you can see over here.
Just trains of them.
Yeah. And, if you can read the characters on the side, you'll see these are water sprayer trucks.
Yeah.
And these are the bane of our existence when we were living in China, because when
Yeah.
you ride a motorcycle, you hate
spray
these
you.
things. They always make the roads wet, and the roads are filthy, and then you get that wet sludge on you everywhere. But yeah, here you can just see all the water sprayer trucks that they've
They're like,
they
let's
poured
just
into.
wipe this.
Let's
all
just bring
away.
them in and, like try to wash the benzene away, wash all the chemicals away.
Tiananmen Square,
Yeah, just come in with a hose.
spray all the blood off.
Yep. Anyway, that was how they decided to deal with this like massive disastrous explosion chemical leak thing. Just think about all the damage it's going to have done, though, having leaked into the rivers and the sewers and everything around there. It's going to cause a lot of problems.
Well, chemical runoff is responsible for affecting the majority of China's population.
Yeah.
In fact, there's entire towns that have cancer.
Yes,
which
just
we've
because
come
of
into
that.
contact with, because of things like this.
Yeah.
And again, you think, dictatorships can get things done. Well, they don't.
No, they just
corrupt.
hide the problems,
Yes.
so it looks like they get things
Correct.
done. And that's something that we're very happy to have you guys as an audience, because you're really helping us, lift the veil, part the wool, so to speak, so people can see the reality.
Yes.
Because in all honesty, when you have a situation like China, when you have a government that has such tight control over the news and the internet and the people, and they censor everything, they get to choose what the rest of the world sees.
And they do.
And they do. They block everything negative. They don't allow negative news. They only allow positive news. And unfortunately, because of the free and open society that you find in places like America, they can also go and meddle with social media and meddle with the news overseas, because they can get people to, on their behalf, spread propaganda and falsehoods, and also bury the bad things and try to rubbish them.
They're trying to do that right now,
Yeah.
guaranteed.
They try to rubbish all the claims that there's problems, right? So everyone just looks to China and says, what a utopian, amazing place. But it's only because you can't see any of the bad stuff. I mean, if just flip it on its head, if in America the news was not allowed to report on anything negative, not allowed to show homeless people, not allowed to show drugs, not allowed to show corruption, not allowed to talk about the government, not allowed to talk about this US aid thing, not allowed to talk about anything, right? Only talk about how great the football teams are, or how amazing the parks are.
Well,
or
mostly it would be
the
how amazing
scientific-
the government is. Yeah.
And how amazing the scientific achievements are, etc. People would think that America is just this amazing utopia.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, and that's what's happening with China.
Yeah.
Anyway, before we continue, because we got a hell of a lot more to show you today, it's time for a word. We got word.
Are you ready to optimize your nutrition this year? Factor has chef-made gourmet meals that make eating well easy. They're dietitian approved and ready to heat and eat in about 2 minutes, so you can fuel right and feel great no matter what life throws at you. Do you like Factor meals?
I do. I love them.
They're delicious.
Absolutely amazing.
It doesn't feel like you're doing you're like going out of your way to do something good for your body. It's just delicious and it's healthy.
Yep, it's
good.
never frozen.
Nope. Factor arrives fresh and fully prepared, perfect for any active, busy lifestyle. Lose up to 8 pounds in 8 weeks with Factor Keto meals based on a randomized controlled clinical trial with Factor Keto. Results will vary depending on diet and exercise. With 40 options across 8 dietary preferences on the menu each week, it's easy to pick meals tailored to your goals. Choose from preferences like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, or Keto. In fact, I just like the chef pick one. I like
it's
the
great.
delicious ones. They're fantastic.
Yep.
Factor can help you to feel your best all day long with wholesome smoothies, breakfast, grab-and-go snacks, and more add-ons. Reach your goals this year with ingredients you can trust and convenience that can't be beat. Eat smart with Factor. Get started at factormeals.com/ADV50off and use code ADV50off to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's code ADV50off at factormeals.com/ADV50off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. Thanks.
Yeah, do it. You won't regret it.
No,
It's
I love
fantastic. We've had subscribers reach out that have been using Factor even before we mentioned it.
Yeah.
And they love it.
Yep.
So we love it. We think it's
We love
amazing.
it. We eat it. You guys should too.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Good. So thank you very much, Factor. And now it's time to get back to the show. Now, Beyond the Great Firewall, that's where you usually translate something that's going around the Chinese internet.
Well, yeah, because here's the deal. What I've noticed
Yeah.
is that China's, this is pretty crazy. Actually, make me big real quick. This
Okay.
is something that everyone needs to be warned about.
All right.
I don't know if you've definitely noticed this, but China's trying to export the Chinese internet to America.
Right.
And a massive psyop happened with the whole TikTok ban.
Oh, the
thing.
Xiaohongshu thing?
The Xiaohongshu
The
thing.
little
which
red
is
books.
Red Note, you might know it as. J-Hongshu.
Yeah, Jiangshu.
They tried this huge coordinated effort to get a bunch of Americans to look at Chinese propaganda through these apps, right?
Yeah.
So they've made a big change. I've noticed on like China's TikTok, not J-Hongshu, not
Yeah,
Xiaohongshu, not Red Note, is actually called Douyin.
Yes.
And Douyin has changed. And what it is now is this weird sanitized forum. Like if you have a foreign IP address,
Yes.
it will show you curated propaganda videos over and over again. And it does that because it's trying to show a different image of China than it shows its own people, right? It's trying
Yeah.
to show this like, welcome to China. Look at these amazing clothes that we wear and all, that kind of stuff.
Of course,
Like
yeah.
cultural export stuff, soft power stuff. So it's interesting. They're trying to kind of cut off the intranet from the outside world, but then show its own curated version of
Yeah,
it.
it's like another Potemkin village.
Yes, and it's also like a massive piece of informational warfare.
Yes.
Right. That being said, I like to take you inside the Chinese internet to show you what's going around. And right now, there's something like cathartic and funny at the same time.
I
but
think we
also
both like this
kind of
quite a
insane.
lot. Let's take a look.
In retaliation to something that's been happening.
Yeah, let's have a look. Beyond.
这不是
Oh, I better get out of here so that you can see the subtitles. This isn't a matter of poor quality.
素质差的问题，这是道德败坏。
This is moral corruption.
我可以保证，
What is going on here, by the way? Can you explain this picture?
Guys just trying to get comfortable on the high-speed rail. Enjoy China's high-speed rail.
So anyway, there's a guy who's like lying down backwards in his chair on the high-speed rail. He's got both his feet coming like on the sides of his chair, right in front of a woman's face who's blocking her nose and mouth because his feet stink. Would you put up with this?
This is the kind of thing you do have to put up with
Yes,
in China.
absolutely. Anyone who's traveled in China will attest to having to deal with just very bizarre things you're not used to. Like, for instance, you'll be sitting on a nice high-speed rail like this, and somebody will be literally hawking loogies into the passage.
May I answer a question?
Sure.
I got thrown up on.
You did? You got thrown up
on a train.
Okay, that's a new one. I didn't know. How did that happen?
I specifically went on a slow train because I wanted to see what it was like. And I usually took like.
That was your
high-speed ones.
first mistake.
It was actually way more fun.
Yeah, of course.
But they would come around. It's funny. I was in with all these people with their entire lives basically with them. In these like tarp bags.
Yeah, yes.
There were people spitting, people smoking in the train cabin.
Eating guadza, throwing the seeds.
More than guadza,
Yeah.
oranges, fruit, meat. Some guy actually had a live chicken with him on the train.
Yeah,
that
of
was
course.
literally making the most noise you could ever imagine because it's
Yeah.
spazzing.
Sure.
It's trying to get out,
Of
right?
course, it's trying to escape.
The front car thing was open, so it was freezing the entire time. And people are just like sprawled all over the place. It's
Yeah.
crazy, It's absolutely insane. And this old lady that was behind me, as soon as she was already looking kind of green,
Yeah.
right? When someone looks kind of like...
They're going to puke.
She was sitting behind me, and she turns around, and because she didn't want to throw up on herself, she turned around and threw up in the seat crack.
Yeah.
And it just went all over my
that's
leg.
gross.
And I was like, this is terrible. It was a nightmare.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
of course, everyone managed to sleep somehow except for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, no, it's
I didn't
interesting.
I didn't get a wink.
No.
You know?
Yeah,
I
got
did
some...
meet this really cool guy, though.
Yeah, I'm sure those are great times.
He
aren't
was
they?
a mountain of a man. Turns out he was only 19.
Oh, okay.
He was this massive Hui Muslim guy, but
Right.
he drank alcohol.
That's
and
it.
he'd go, watch this. And he'd drink one of those big beers. It's like two beers in like 1 second. He'd go,
Did he do the little
yes, it'd
spin?
go, like he just inhaled it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so me and him made up this game because everyone kept sleeping. So we were slamming back tons of beer, and we were putting playing cards and trying to balance them on all the passengers to
Oh,
see if they would
interesting.
wake up. It was really funny.
Did anyone wake up?
No.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah, anyway, the high-speed rail is it's one of China's biggest achievements and propaganda pieces, of course.
Yes.
And where props is due, the high-speed rail is convenient, and in some cases it's way better than taking a plane in China.
Yes.
A friend of mine and myself, we actually put it to the test because he had to fly up. I can't remember where he was going. He's flying up all the time to some specific place. So I said to him, okay, how about this? Because it was for work. He had to do it like every 3 weeks or something. He had to fly up to wherever. I said, how about you try to take the high-speed rail next time? It took him less time to take the high-speed rail
The planes in
than
China
the planes.
suck.
Yeah, because what was it? 80% of them are delayed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
It's crazy.
that's not even a joke.
No.
80% of all flights in China are delayed. When you go to the airport, be prepared to be delayed.
To be fair, the high-speed rail can also be delayed.
It can,
It
but
is just better than
you just don't have the rigmarole of the security and all this
No, that's
nonsense.
true. One thing you do have to
delays.
worry about, though, is that when you're on the high-speed rail, when it crashes, they'll bury the train
That's
cars
true.
with the live people
That's true.
inside to get rid of the evidence.
So anyway,
that up.
like I also want to point out that it's also very inefficient, and most of the high-speed rails,
they run at
in
a
fact, all the high-speed rails run at a loss.
Yeah, we both did videos
and it's
on that.
just a big propaganda push in most cases. Anyway, let's get back to it. So
Let's get back to the frustration.
yeah, what's going to happen with this guy with his shoes and his socks? Nothing.
That's
right?
not.
这一次评论
What matters is what happens to the next guy.
Yeah. This time, the trolls in the comments are really
区里面
aggressive.
的喷子、戾气很重的人，这些人都会和我
Because
will
he's
stand together
basically
against this.
this guy is like trying to criticize this behavior, but people are like, don't show China's bad behavior.
Yeah, exactly.
我们站在同一战线上，一起骂你。
This is the fun part.
Oh, this is the fun part. Okay,
this is a guy that loses his cool.
let's set this up. What you've got here is you've got a bunch of kids kind of running rampant, making a lot of noise on the high-speed rail. And this is a problem when it comes to social etiquette in China. Not just kids, but just people in general will do things that are very inconsiderate to others.
Blast their music
Yeah.
on their phone.
I mean, like I was telling you the other day, I was in a restaurant and the table, a few tables down or whatever, their kid was playing Angry Birds on their iPad at full volume. Like hugely annoying, very loud. Nobody bats an eye, no one's paying attention. It's kind of a quiet restaurant. Everyone's talking, but there's like whatever, like crap like that. And I'm just like, that's enough. Actually went over and said, can you please turn that down, in Chinese, and they did. But nobody batted an eyelid. And they'll do that, right? When you're on the train, people blasting music very loud on their phone, or watching a drama, or doing something very inconsiderate. People just eating guaza and throwing the pits down, doing this one dude, man, like I was on the train, guy right in front of me, he's like had a kind of a card thing and he kept scraping dandruff out of his hair. It was really gross. Like really, really gross.
Yeah,
He
it
had-
seems like a lot of personal hygiene is
Yes,
done
clipping
on public
nails
trans-
and stuff.
Yes, dude, did
It's
I ever
like-
tell you this?
What? What?
I had a friend from
Yeah.
America visit me, right?
Yeah.
And he had no experience in China, so he had to take the bus from wherever to wherever.
Yeah.
So he sits on the bus and he goes, dude, I don't know what I'm supposed to do about this in this situation. Maybe you can give me some advice. I was like, what happened? He goes, I was sitting on the bus and this guy pulled out some nail clippers and he just started cutting my nails.
Cutting his nails?
Yeah. And he's like, I said, like, no, I don't want that or whatever. And he's like, he just kept cutting. He finished.
so
he cut all his nails.
That's so bizarre.
Yeah, so then he cut his own.
Okay. Yeah,
Anyway,
makes sense. Yeah.
let's see what happens when you lose your cool.
So yeah, what's going on here is parents are not very good at controlling their children in China, and people don't step in. People don't step in to scold other people's children. They just don't get involved. So I've been in this situation a number of times. I'm sure you have too.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see how
This is what we all want to do.
Yeah. This is what we want to do. Let's see what this guy does. All right.
闭嘴！都骑马了，要死啊！要他妈一路了，小孩不都是，大人还不都是啊？各位啊，小朋友们，不要吵了啊！要注意这个公共环境啊，秩序。
Can we listen to that guy again?
Yeah, of course. I like this.
We all want his
we must
video.
pay attention to public environment and order. But you see, sorry. Nothing gets done until someone finally loses it. If you notice that in China, it's always like push it to the last minute, and then something happens, and then they have to do something. You know what I mean? Okay, so let's listen to this guy again. I think we've all been here in some form or the other, right? Okay.
闭嘴！都骑马了，要死啊！要他妈一路了，小孩不都是，大人还不都是啊？各位啊，小朋友们，不要吵了啊！要注意这个公共环境啊，秩序啊。
You see how he's like panting. He's had it. He's like,
Yeah, I mean, I get
snapped.
it. I get it.
Yeah, dude, I've been there.
Yeah, I hope he got his rest.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, anyway. It's slopaganda time. All right, now, this is something I've been wanting to do for a while now, okay? There has been a huge, huge propaganda push with regards to China, okay? And I'm sure everybody's seen these things floating around, and everybody's seen clips of Chongqing. It's all around Chongqing. We've got a lot of information as to why. We know why personally. We know people that are involved in this. You know, this is a very straightforward. It's frustrating when you know how it all works and then you see it and people are falling for it. Okay. But I just wanted to prove to you that this is not some natural, like, oh, cool, it's a nice place to travel or whatever. This has been orchestrated by the Chinese government. All right. This whole Chongqing thing. So we thought we'd throw a few things together. When you search or when you look online, you'll see these kind of titles. And it's interesting how they're all pretty much the same.
And I get massive views.
Well, look, biggest city in the world you've never heard of. The biggest city on earth you've never heard of. Entering the world's largest city you've never heard of. And look at the thumbnails. They're all the same, like 32 million people, 32 million people, 36 million people, whatever. I mean, this is not coincidence. Some of this stuff is copycat, where someone's like, look, this guy did
It's obviously like doing well on
Yeah,
social
so
media,
let's
they
do
copy
it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, come on, let's be honest. This is somebody saying like, hey, listen, do this, do this, do this. All right, because it's just too...
Well, let's find out.
Yeah. All right. What else we got? We got, just wanted to give you a few more examples. China's new megacity.
Largest city you've never heard of.
Yeah, the world's largest city that no one has heard about. China's biggest city. World's largest city no one's heard of. World's biggest city you've never heard of.
It smells kind of fishy, doesn't it?
Yeah. Chongqing street food. Eating in the biggest city you've never heard of. What else? That's the world's biggest city. I mean, come on. Is this not just...
It's almost like tour guides beholden to the Chinese government are telling people what to do.
Yeah, giving them like, use this number. This is this population number.
Wait. You're not going to say that they're going to say the exact same thing in the videos, right?
Oh, maybe. We'll see.
Well, let's see.
I don't know. I just wanted to show you a few more. I visited the world's biggest city nobody's ever heard of. The mega city you've never heard of. Inside the world's biggest and weirdest city. Blah, blah, blah. You've never heard of.
So the same titles. The contents is going to be different.
Yeah.
There's not going to be any crossover there.
No.
They're just copying each other's titles.
Yeah.
Devil's advocate here.
Look, and thumbnails are all the same. I mean, I just wanted to point out, like, here are two different random ones. They're using that Hongya Dong at night,
You know what?
Chinese flag.
What a wonderful city. How come I've never heard of it before?
Exactly, yeah.
What a wonderful song. How come I've never heard it before?
Oh, boy.
So anyway, I wanted to just do a little experiment. and-
Okay. Because the content's going to be different.
Yeah. So I've come up with this thing. It's called China's multi-level marketing.
Okay. Interesting.
And you'll probably see why. I'll get us out. Well, we can stay and let's just listen to what they have to say.
You'd be forgiven for thinking that we were on terra firma. However, we are in fact many, many stories high.
We were walking on ground level from my hotel the whole way to get here, but you actually realize you're on the 22nd floor of a building.
You might think that you're on the ground. You have no clue. 'Cause right now, I'm actually on the 22nd floor.
It is extremely trippy, but even though it appears that I'm on the ground floor, let me show you what floor we're actually on. And turn my camera around, show you down here, we're actually on the 22nd floor.
It may seem and feel like you're on a ground level, while actually, you're on the 20th floor.
As you can see behind us, everywhere it just looks like we're on the first floor. But then here, even though we're on the ground level, you can see this bridge. Now, this bridge is actually 22 floors up. And I know that sounds crazy
bad,
because it kind of is. But once you look down,
I think we
you'll
found
realize
something.
that we are 22 floors up.
Look, right now it looks like a normal plaza. We seem to be on ground floor level. In fact, are we on ground floor? Come.
Oh, are you maybe on the 22nd floor?
You guys, we are on the 22nd floor right now. This right here is Chongqing. And
Because if you look around, it looks like I'm standing on a normal city square in China, right? Until you walk over to this bridge, you'll realize you're actually 20 stories above the ground.
Oh, you've
Just
messed
take a look.
up. 22, dude.
Wow. But it looks like the ground floor. Look at this. This looks like a ground floor, right, of a normal street. Holy shit! Hold on, what floor's this then?
That's a 22nd floor.
Oh, come
So
on.
right now this looks like a regular sort of town hall. The real surprise lies beyond here. Oh yeah, yep. 22 floors up.
Where you thought you're at the first floor, but actually you're at 22nd.
You might think we're on the ground floor, but wait for it. We're actually on the 22nd floor of a skyscraper.
We have just walked from the road over here, as I said, on like ground level, and down here there's 22 floors down the side of this building. Oh my days, check that out.
What did he even
Oh my
say?
dear chacolato. What is a chacolato?
Don't know.
This is not good, dude.
No.
This is really... These guys have, like, a lot of them have a big credibility. These are big travel channels.
Mm-hmm.
And did they not disclose that they're reading a script to their audience?
Yeah, did they not disclose that they've been taking a deal with a travel like thing? I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
It certainly looks like
You might think we're on the ground floor right now. Seems like the ground floor. But if you follow me to this ledge and look over, we're actually on the 22nd floor.
You gotta be kidding me. Pause this real quick. Here's
Sure.
the deal.
Yeah.
This is Chinese propaganda.
Yes, it is.
And so what it looks like for the benefit of that they might not know this is Chinese propaganda. They think it's a travel tour, right? The thing is, every travel company or tourist guide or a company that has to work on behalf of the Chinese government, and the Chinese government actually has directives that they trickle down.
Yeah.
Right? And they say, take them here, do this, don't let them see this, and you must go here. And that's why you're seeing everyone say the exact same thing.
Yes.
It's not that they know that they got some CCP dossier.
Yeah.
But you know who did? The people that led them there.
Yes. And
You
the
know
thing
what I
is,
mean?
we get reached out by the same
We do.
people. These so-called agents that run out of Hong Kong or out of Shanghai or wherever. But it's actually the Chinese government. Yes. Okay. And what they do is they'll take these people. They'll be like,
It's for soft power.
and we will pay for everything.
Yep.
And if you ask these people, if you wanted them to be really honest, and you actually ask them, like, listen, were all of your travel expenses paid for? Did they put you up in a hotel? Did they give you a tour guide and take you around? You know, if they're honest, they'll tell you yes, because that's how this works. And that's why they all have the same talking points. And that's also why every single one of these videos sees them all going to the exact same places in the exact same order. It's like, first go do this 22nd floor crap. Then you go to the subway, you go down those things.
And go look
then
at the train,
go that
go through the
stupid
building.
train through the building. But it's always in the same order. It's never flipped around.
The thing is, like, it'd be one thing if there was just this, right? The
Yeah.
22nd floor thing. This is mad sus. It's not 2 channels. This is 10, 20, 30 channels saying
Yeah.
the exact same line. But let's look at some other stuff.
Here's the thing. Say you're a travel dude, right? And you're walking through, I don't know, Manhattan or something. And you come across this like, oh, look, whoa, that's really interesting. How would you know it's the 22nd floor? How would you know like specifics like that unless you weren't told that?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, like...
me looking at that, I'd say like, whoa, we're like maybe like 30
Here's
stories
the deal.
up.
That's why I want to back up here.
Yeah,
Right? I'm not ever going to claim that any of that did happen. Maybe they, for some reason, decided to say the exact same thing. But this is my problem.
Yeah.
You think it would end there, wouldn't you? It's kind of unnatural to say this ground level and then 22nd floor over and over again. But when you hear the other stuff that was said over and over again, you might start to think
Yeah,
about
anyway, let's just take a look and see
let's
where
look.
this goes.
On the ground.
Ground level.
The ground floor.
The ground level.
Ground floor.
Ground floor level.
On the
Ground.
ground floor.
Ground level.
On the ground floor.
First floor.
The first floor.
Ground.
So we know the ground floor is the 22nd. Hang on, just that last bit I got to play again without us in there.
Floor. But actually,
Sorry.
you're at
I hate this.
22nd.
I don't know why that
You
one
might
bothers
think
me.
we're on
Yeah.
the ground floor, but wait for it. We're actually on the 22nd floor of a skyscraper.
We have just walked from the road over here, as I said,
Just-
on like ground level, and down here there's 22 floors down the side of this building. Oh my days, check that out.
You might think we're on the ground floor right now. Seems like the ground floor. But if you follow me to this ledge and look over, we're actually on the 22nd floor.
On the ground.
Ground level.
The ground floor.
On the ground level.
Ground floor.
Ground floor level.
On the
Ground.
ground floor.
Ground level.
On the ground floor.
First floor.
The first floor.
On the ground.
Wow.
Chongqing is a 5D city.
We have 5D.
It's 3D megacity.
5D city. Because Chongqing is also known as the 8D city.
For its 8D, 5D, 3D, whatever.
Dude, who comes up with 5? You know who comes up with 5D?
Chinese
China.
government, yeah.
Because
the
when
government.
we would go around China and they'd have these like
6D cinemas.
You sit in like a chair that moves and you watch like a movie about like fighter jets and they're like, this is 8D.
Yes, exactly.
It sprays water on you. That's somehow a dimension.
Yes.
No, nobody. I'm sorry, guys, but you know the ground level thing. Let's just give that a pip. We'll be like, okay, whatever.
Okay, sure.
5D. One guy said it's known as a 3D city. Well, no shit, dude. Are you living in Super Mario World? Are you in the
2D.
SNES game?
Exactly, 2D.
Where are you?
Yes.
5D?
Yeah.
Do you know what a D is? A dimension? 8D? These guys don't come up with this. This is a script.
You're told to say, make sure somewhere you say it's a 5D city or 8D city. Listen, for the sake of brevity, I didn't put in all the other crap because one thing they all say is Cyberpunk City.
Yes, that's another thing.
And there were literally hundreds of these videos, and I was like, I can't. There's not enough time, so I just decided to go with a couple of them.
It's
right?
clearly a script.
Yeah, let's see
Or
what.
at least talking points.
Yeah, what's the next thing that they do?
Metro stations inside of apartment building.
This is 24 hours of eating street food in China's cyberpunk city.
The only train in the world that can actually go through a building.
It's not true.
No.
It's also, why would you fly that? It's a nightmare. That's like
Hey
destroyed.
guys, I just saw the famous train that goes into the building.
It's the monorail we just took into that building. Oh, here's the train. We don't want to miss the train. Woo! Into the residential building. China living in the future.
Welcome to the
See
station.
that? China living in the future. That's another thing they'll say. Yeah, they're told to say.
Where a train is driving through a building. I think a train is coming. A train is coming. Whoa!
Navy train.
Yeah.
Whoa!
You don't
that
think
is
that's cool.
amazing.
You don't think that's cool. Stop.
She's easily impressed.
Oh wow! It looks like a future movie.
No, it
train
doesn't.
runs through an actual residential building. There's the
It's a
train.
nightmare.
Yeah.
It's coming. It's
Imagine people
coming.
living in there.
Yeah.
A train passes directly
They all
through
do
a
the
hole.
same scene.
Yeah.
The scenery is meant to be really cool and futuristic. And
Is it?
already I can see that the city is like a city of layers, so we're excited to explore it.
And trains that travel through buildings.
That is the train that we were just on, and the station we got off at is in that apartment building. How insanely weird is that?
Here, trains pass through residential buildings.
Just arrived.
Time. You can actually see the trains about to run through here at the match. Why do you see going up here? The metro just going through. This is part of the Green Line number 2. Look at
This
that.
dude.
Take the picture of the monorail getting into the building.
They say holy Macklemore or whatever earlier. Holy
This is
Shakalado.
what it attracts. This is how many people have come here.
In China has a train that runs through a building, and we're about to witness it
Building?
right now. Whoa. That's insane. It's going through a 19-story building.
It's all the same.
Yes. By the way,
谢谢。
they all said 19-story building as well, so they were all given that stat.
Yeah, what is this dossier?
Yeah,
Or sorry, the meeting.
Yeah, so it's like ground floor equals 22nd, 5D city, badly planned train.
Those are the notes.
Yeah, those are the
You
bullet
gotta
points.
say
That's
that
what
if you
they're
go to
being told.
Chongqing.
Yeah, when they get their briefing.
This is so disingenuous.
It's ridiculous.
I think it's a little ridiculous to not disclose to your audience that at least you're being guided around to like these areas and that they told you to say certain things. Because think about it like this.
Yeah.
If you and I traveled to, I don't know, let's say Denver, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, wow, the elevation's super high or whatever, and like there's the Rocky Mountains over there, and this is where they make Coors beer or something like this, right? No one needed to tell us those things,
No.
right? It would be very weird if somebody took us around to those places and we read a script
Yeah, we were
exactly
told
the
to
same,
say the
and
same
on
thing.
our separate channels.
Yes.
And we said the exact same thing. Wouldn't that seem kind of ridiculous to do?
It would be super dumb if we went to the same spot.
Yeah.
We're like, this spot, 1952,
Yeah.
is when this
You
company...
might think,
Yeah.
you know, it's like
Yeah,
some-
it's like, you might think the elevation is this, but
Yes,
it's this.
but it's this, and it's
Yeah.
exactly the same number, or,
Yeah.
you know, whatever.
I mean, look, just trying to prove a point here. This entire Chongqing thing, look, we also know that there are specific companies, or we should say specific forces in Chongqing that have for the very longest time been doing been doing propaganda for the outside
There's
world.
many cities in China.
Yes, but
it's under the control of the central government.
Chongqing, we know of people there that literally go out and approach foreign vloggers and foreign YouTubers and foreign people we know personally, people that we've been dealing with for a very long time. So Chongqing is a massive center point for Chinese propaganda, external propaganda. And that's why when you see all these channels coming out, they're getting boosted unnaturally as well, not only by their own subscribers and stuff, but of course the Chinese government wants these videos out there.
Yeah, so they'll actually pay for something
SEO.
like search engine optimization to make these. That's why you see so many views on a lot of these videos.
Yeah.
Number two, again, this is no discredit to the people that do these trips, because a lot of them are going to see this as some sort of paid tourism opportunity, right? So they'll say, because the people that reach out aren't going to say, we are the Chinese government. They're going to say, oh, we're this whatever company. We want to take you around.
Travel
whatever.
agency or tours. We do tourism for Chongqing.
I'm a third party, I'm an independent, whatever. The problem is what you're doing is Chinese propaganda, not just for a city. You're they're going to brand it as such.
Yeah.
You're doing propaganda for directives of the central government.
Yes, the Chinese
Because
government.
when you look into it, if you look into it, these talking points go into these companies who are then in meetings with local government, who is then in meetings to do literally propaganda, soft power propaganda from the central government under Xi Jinping.
Yeah.
So you're talking about you're doing the bidding of all the way up. You're also being monitored the entire time. They have everything ever about you now.
Yeah.
Because you've done this.
I just found it specifically when the Bold and Bankrupt video came out, and he was like, "Oh, I'm going to go see China," and I was thinking to myself when his thumbnail came up, I wonder if he's going to go to Chongqing. And guess what?
He also shouted out in his description, by the way, a Chinese government shill.
Yeah.
In there.
Yeah,
it's in there, and used the footage from it.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it's like that's obviously been arranged.
Yes.
We know it's arranged. Anyway, the whole point of this is to, again, show you that we're dealing with a pretty sophisticated propaganda, event over here when it comes to Chongqing. And every time you see one of those videos now, you can look for certain patterns and you can see that, you know what? They're all following a script. They're all being taken to the same places. It is just like the Soviet Union taking people to Potemkin villages.
Exactly the same. It's in this current realm of information warfare we're in right now against the West. Because what you'll see in some of these videos that I actually saw, particularly something in that Drew Binsky one, it was something about no shootings here, like in America, something like that.
Yeah, they'll just throw that in.
They'll throw that in there, and that could be done by yourself. You could be doing that yourself,
Yeah.
or you could be doing Chinese government talking points and not even be knowing it.
Yeah.
Right? So you're part of a Chinese government propaganda effort, and it's not just for tourism, guys.
No,
this is to promote serious information warfare from the CCP.
It's to try and prove that China's got the upper hand, Anyway, so that's Slopaganda for you this week. Just wanted to point that out. We'll probably be revisiting it again. Like I said, all of those Chongqing videos have a huge amount of overlap.
Yes.
And it would just take too much time for me to go through it.
Yeah.
I could break every single one down
You guys
and,
can too.
do that thing where you draw lines on a chalkboard or whatever and show you they all go to this place first, and they all go to that place, and they all go to this place. They all say these specific key words because they do. It's what they're told to do. It's what their tour guides that are, taking them around and paying for everything tell them to.
See, here's the deal, just to cap this off. Like, I like Drew Binsky. I actually really like his videos. I like Bold and Bankrupt's videos, right? Some of them. And the problem I have with it is then you start seeing like very clear Chinese government talking points, like in the Bold and Bankrupt video when he says like this isn't tofu buildings or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not a dumb guy. You don't just come to that conclusion. Faced with all the evidence of tofu buildings and the bad building structure and the collapsing buildings and the bad quality and stuff, to just go there and look at something and say that, what about these tofu buildings?
You know what? It's made me lose a lot of respect for these guys because how many of their other travel videos are just bullshit.
Who knows at this point?
Right? Like that's the thing. It means that it's potentially none of them are genuine. They could all just be paid for by whatever government or whatever place.
There's just we don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's just all these people have lost a lot of credibility in my eyes anyway to go on this Chongqing paid for fluff propaganda trip.
Yeah.
You know?
And again, I think a lot of them don't even know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Genuinely. But
It's
now
true.
this is how it works.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Anyway, guys, time for Soft Power Hour, which is actually our main segment of the show, and we're going to be talking about this this thing you're about to see here. Okay. Now, one thing I want to point out is that this is literally from a couple days ago. What is the day? Today is the 7th, right? 5 days ago. So less than a week ago. This is what you can expect to see in China when you go outside of the rural area. I mean, outside of the big cities. Okay, when you leave the ground floor, actually on the 22nd city, and you go a little bit out, this is the kind of thing you'll see. I'd just like you to pay attention to the environment, because majority of rural, semi-rural China, when you get out there, I'm not talking about farms, but this is the kind of thing you will see. This is actually how people live. They don't live all in fancy, nice high-rises and stuff, you know? And of course, because of the downturn in the economy, you get a lot of desperate people. And one thing people do in order to try and make their situation a little bit better is to get run over, believe it or not. And you may have heard of this scam before. It's called the broken vase scam. Or you may say broken vase.
Vase.
Is it vase? Like face?
Vase. With a V.
Vase. But with a CE?
What?
Well, it sounds like you're saying vase.
Yeah, vase.
Like mace.
Yeah.
It's like a CE at the end.
Yeah, with a V. You know, vase, not face.
Yeah, I get it, but like I'm just saying that the last part of the word is what I'm focusing on, not the first part.
Right.
Anyway, we say vase, but a broken vase scam is a very well-known scam.
V-A-Z is what you're saying.
What, vase?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm saying maybe.
A-S-E would be an ace sound.
Like a vase?
No, A and E make an A sound. A-S-E, vase.
Yeah, or vase.
No, but that's wrong.
Well, it's not.
I'm just doing it.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, whether you like to call it a vase or a vase, it's the thing that holds flowers usually. Okay, and it's very well known because it's actually an ancient scam in China.
Yeah.
It's something that's from like back in the days of the emperors and things. People would be like, "Oh, you broke my vase, whatever you want to call it," and then like try to extort people. So what happens is, what you're seeing here is this old guy on crutches, for instance. He comes out and he deliberately puts himself in front of the car because he wants the car to bump him. Obviously, he doesn't want the car to like run him over, but he just wants to make contact with the car. He was hoping that the guy wouldn't slow down in time. And they pick the more rich cars, right? So like he'll look at a car that's maybe a better brand. See, he tries to approach the car, because what they'll do is if you stop, if you don't hit them, they'll actually like run into your car.
Yeah.
And they make contact, and then they'll be like, "Oh, he hit me."
Yes.
And then get the cops to come and then get compensation. Or he'll be like, "Pay me," and then I don't need to get the cops involved.
You knocked me down.
Pay me. Oh yeah, we should still have that. That's where that music video comes
It
from.
is. It's the scary on it.
Exactly. So what'll happen is in China, if you do injure someone, it's horrendous. You will get stuck paying their medical bills for like their entire life. And it's arbitrary as well.
Yeah.
Like the person will say, "Oh, it like really broke my leg and now I can't do this." Even if it's not true, they'll just get the doctor to, for a kickback, say that it's much more serious than it is. And you have to pay a stupid amount of money. So nobody wants to be in this situation. Yeah. And it's unfortunately a loophole that a lot of people, take advantage of.
This is becoming very common right now. And it's more common than the past because of the economic downturn right now.
Correct.
People can't get money. Food's very expensive now in comparison. Don't listen to the propaganda videos you keep getting directed at you about this. So people are in a desperate situation. They're going to do desperate things.
Yeah. Again, just wanted to point out that this is rural China.
Yeah.
And
not even that rural.
No, it's not. But I just wanted to we have to add a little bit of balance here. This is your average type of thing.
Yeah, this is your average scene.
Yeah.
People are like, get out of the road.
Yeah, exactly. I should have put in a hashtag Sky Don't Lie over here.
True, that's apocalyptic.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, wait till you see the next clip.
Turn it down.
Oh, it's too loud?
Yeah, it's crazy. They don't even need audio.
Yeah. See, this guy tried to get hit.
Oh.
Didn't work.
Guy was on his brakes too fast.
Yeah.
The stare.
Yeah, exactly.
The stare.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Wonder if someone's coming to deal with him.
Yeah. Anyway, it's another Pungsa thing. Again, this is 2025. You can see the date clear as day down there. So I keep getting people saying that China has changed drastically since you guys left. You know, it hasn't been that long since we were in China. But when I look at this scene over here, it hasn't changed.
No.
This is exactly the same as what I remember.
Yeah, I mean, this...
Like, to the T. There's not one thing here that's
actually
different.
nothing new.
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
I mean, even when I see those clips of those guys doing the treble shill stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, that building looked like shit.
Sure.
Like, Chongqing actually looks like shit.
Dude,
it's a shitty-looking city.
Yeah, it's got some... Only those highlights where they go to, like, show, especially
With the lights,
at night.
the yellow lights on the Hongyadong.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, we get this clip.
Yeah.
We have lots more to show you.
Yeah, we do. I'm just soaking it in, dude.
Soak it all in.
Come on, I mean, like, we spend a lot of time in places like this
We
in
did.
China.
Yep.
Yeah.
When you're going through, when you're traveling across the country, this is what it all pretty much looks like.
Yeah.
You get different colored roofs every now and then. These happen to be red.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You don't get a lot of red roofs. You don't get a lot of red roofs.
No, it's normally
pretty unique.
Yeah, just concrete or blue or something. All right, this guy. So you got a car going into a parking lot here.
Okay.
And of course, now this guy's following this car. Here
You'll
comes
follow me, okay?
Here comes a dude, and he's like, okay, just sits down in front of the car. You know.
See, this is what's crazy is usually you get old people like we saw earlier. You're getting a lot of young people doing Pungsa right now, as we'll see in some other clips. That's not something you saw before.
No. People
are unemployed at an alarming rate in China right now, especially young people. Can't get jobs.
And a lot of the time, like, they just want to make a quick buck.
Yes.
Right? Like, they'll be like, pay me like 500 RMB or something, you know, just give me some money and I won't call the cops.
Yeah.
This woman's literally climbing under the car to try and make it seem serious. And here, okay, gotta explain
one
this.
gone awry.
The guy in the front in his little scooter, three-wheel jobby, he purposefully like reversed into the other car, and he's like, "Here, you hit me."
Yeah.
So like the guy in the car is like not having it. He's like, "No, you get your
Look at
crap.
this guy.
Get your crap out of the way." You know.
Holy crap.
Yeah, it's like, get out of here. You guys suck.
Oh boy.
I do like to see scammers getting like taken care of. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. So then the guy's like takes his three-wheeler and he's like, get this piece of crap off the road.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh man. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great stuff.
Try to scam me. Yeah. So yeah, it's good to see a little bit of positive out of all this.
Yeah. This is a good classic scene. This has happened the other day.
Again, this is China 2025. And you can see the date down there. So it was like 21st of January. And it looks like Silent Hill.
It really does. We've been to so many towns like this.
Dude, yeah.
You can't even see in front of you.
Yeah, exactly. It's rough. But again, remember, China's changed apparently. Yeah. But it hasn't, though. No. This is exactly the same. Remember in conquering southern China?
Still poor.
Yeah, remember we went to the place that made the baijiao out of corn?
It looked like
is this. Not,
it's actually,
is this,
yeah. It was actually quite a bit worse than this. This is like a severe upgrade. We saw like middle-aged men without eyes from malnutrition driving donkeys through roads that were like, the potholes were like this.
It's pretty insane. But anyway, just wanted to point out that this is still China, okay? And what we're going to see here is another Pungsa attempt. Look, dude came on the road. All right. Isn't this terrifying?
Yeah, it is. I love this propaganda.
I like how he's eating a mantou while trying
He's having his breakfast while trying to get run over on purpose. These people are trying to get run over on purpose.
That's correct, because they want money. Yes. That's a quick way for them to make a buck, is to get hit by a car.
Life is dire in China. You have to understand this.
Yeah.
This is, I know the Xiaohongshu Red Note propaganda is telling you they have it better than America, but it's delusional. That's what a one-party state does in information warfare.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the reality of China.
Yeah. Look, he's kind of gave up now.
Hundreds of millions of people live in conditions like this, by the way. Hundreds of millions.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
This is quite the saga here.
Yeah, I like how...
Go back?
I think he's going to try and accelerate past quickly before, like, look, he came me right out. Oh, he just missed him.
Oh.
And he's like, okay, let's get the hell out of here. By the way, this is... Draw distance reminds me of the N64.
N64 graphics,
yeah,
bro.
exactly.
I just wanted to show this real quick.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I love this propaganda.
The propaganda, yeah. Obeying the
if you
law.
want to screenshot something, screenshot this and spread this around. I would actually do this now.
Yeah.
Take a screenshot of this. Okay.
Yeah.
Post this on X or Twitter or Facebook or whatever, and link the show and say, if you want to see why Chinese people are getting run over on purpose, watch this episode and link our show. You can click the little share button below.
Yeah.
Obeying the law is glorious. Breaking the law is shameful.
That propaganda is right next to the guy trying to break the law.
In 2025
China. Yeah. And this propaganda junk that you see all over China, it's pretty horrible, and most people don't know what it says.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so you know when you have these travel vloggers go, because you get this stuff in the big cities too.
Yes.
Obviously not as much as in the rural countryside.
For sure.
But it's literally these quotes telling people, stop being dumb, don't do this, don't do that. Like,
yeah,
you
that's
must do
actually
this,
true.
you must do that.
Especially when you're in the countryside. The propaganda in the cities is not clever, but it's like, oh, Xi Jinping is amazing or whatever. China's rejuvenated or whatever. When you go in the countryside, it's like, don't steal copper or we'll shoot you in the head.
Yes,
You know
and then they
what I
have
mean?
like a
Yeah,
cartoon.
a guy with a gun.
Yeah, exactly. You have a cartoon of a guy like...
Don't steal your neighbor's pigs. We will murder you.
Yes, exactly.
It says stuff like
It does. It's really funny.
Don't get an ultrasound to see if you have a girl to murder your baby girl,
Yeah.
because we need to make sure that we have girls to balance out the population.
Yeah,
It's like
they
stuff
literally
like
that was one of the biggest ones that you would see. Is like, if you have a girl or if you have a boy, it's both okay.
Yes,
that was like a big message because of all the selective birth things that go on there. Yeah.
守法光荣，违法可期.
Yep.
Obeying the law is glorious. Breaking the law is shameful.
Well, here's the problem, Chinese government. That dude can't even read.
That's so true.
You know what I mean?
They lie about their literacy.
Yeah,
rate.
they do.
How many people did you meet in China that were like our age that couldn't read and write? I rode motorcycles with guys that were illiterate. You know?
I was shocked when I found out it wasn't what I expected.
Well, because it's communist propaganda.
I always thought there was a high literacy rate, but
Summer Lowe says, pretty sure this is not live. Just one I like to call people out to say.
Okay, sure. It's live. It's live. Anyway, I also like the fact that he's got the communist flag and the Chinese flag on his dashboard.
Oh, yes. This is most likely a party-affiliated car, by the way.
Yes.
Yes.
You usually
CCP.
see that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I love the flag duo there. That's great.
What a hazardous situation. I mean, not only the fact that you've got guys trying to get run over, but just this like viewing distance, the draw distance here is visibility, I should say, is horrendous.
Yes.
Anyway, moving on from Silent Hill over here. Here's in the city. It's not only the rural areas.
Yeah, it's in the middle. Look at it. It's a young guy.
Yeah.
It's not an old person.
Yeah. Well,
unemployed young people.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say this guy's probably like close to 40, maybe 35.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm saying it's not an 80-year-old.
I like that this other guy called him out.
I'd say that guy's in his 20s, but yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. He's had a hard 20-something years then. Yeah.
Hard. Yeah, I mean, he's unemployed.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah, it does. It does suck a lot.
They stopped counting on youth unemployment. It's one of the worst rates in the world.
Yeah. Oh, this is a fun little clip. One thing you'll notice in China is that there's a lot of cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's very little traffic enforcement, if any. But the way they do enforce traffic laws is by sending you a fine in the post, basically. Yes. All right. So this guy sees, oh, I'm running into the city here. There's lots of traffic cameras. Yeah. Take a look at his license plate there. Okay. It's like FM05BL. He's like, I think I'll make a little modification. There we go. FM658L or whatever. BL, sorry. Just a little sticker over there, and now he can do whatever he wants and not worry about a fine. Good idea? Bad idea?
Good idea. Yeah.
Okay.
Good idea.
So now we're going to get onto a little bit of shill broth and
the food safety scandals are rampant right now.
Well, look, here's the thing. We all know, at least people that have common sense know that I'd say in general the world right now is there's a little bit of turmoil going on. Okay, prices are high, inflation's high. In China, the economy really has stagnated.
Bad.
You don't know about it because it's not broadcast out there.
I have a good article about that in a little bit.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
But okay, what we've got here is a woman preparing lamb skewers.
Yes.
or mutton dressed up as lamb, whatever you want to call
One
it.
of the most popular snacks.
Very nice,
Yes,
by the way.
very nice.
Like street foods,
Yeah.
very good street foods. But
The food prices in China from people I'm talking to are outlandish.
yeah, they've
right
they've
now.
really like skyrocketed.
Normal people are having trouble make ends meet now.
Yeah.
So
Speaking
so
of
much for
meat,
yeah.
you know.
No pun.
Yeah, let's see how
Making
she makes her ends meet.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What you'll see is if you're a foreigner, you're gonna see this and you're gonna be lamb skewers. Let me buy some lamb skewers
Because you can't read.
Yeah, but what she failed to do is cover up her.
She should have just put the box away.
I know.
You know.
Did you put the translation
No,
on there?
no.
Okay, but that says they're
Imitation.
like imitation young roe. So imitation lamb. It's made out of like duck products.
Yes.
Byproducts.
Yeah, duck byproduct basically.
Yeah. So I mean, that's
Duck
not
guts.
Yeah. Yeah. It's,
You want duck guts?
yeah.
It's
so
like DuckTales.
Somebody. Yeah. Exactly. Somebody obviously spotted this woman selling the fake meat, and
Yes.
he's like, "What?" And so he filmed it because
Yes.
like she's selling it as real meat. And
You guys remember this? Do you guys remember this? This is called shill broth. We say that
Yes.
anybody shills for the Chinese government and does Uyghur genocide denial
Yeah.
or promotes the Chinese government and then says America's bad.
Yeah.
They drink something called the shill broth. That's actually what gets them to that part.
Yes.
It warps their mind, right?
Yeah.
Can you give me an ABP? ABP
Of course.
people drink this. America Bad Party. America Bad Party. They always denigrate America and say China's great or
Yeah.
Russia or whatever. They take cups of this at night and they go and they slurp it down.
It's like
we don't know what it is.
Rasputin taking little bits of poison or whatever.
Exactly,
They just take this.
exactly, and it changes. It
Yeah.
warps them, right?
What on earth? We never really identified what these are because like I could swear they are rats.
So
but then
that-
it looks like a chicken or something.
So
on the side.
I was able to identify. It
Oh, you were?
There's a new shill broth clip straight from the source. You ready?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm ready.
You guys ready?
Can we take
Hold
a look?
It down. Hold it down.
Okay, let's see. Here it comes. New shill broth.
New shill broth. Unseen.
Okay.
Previously.
Pretty
unseen.
sure those are rats, dude. Oh, lovely.
See this?
I
It does
do.
look like chickens. Yeah.
Those ones are definitely chickens.
Look at this. Is where you're. How sure?
Yes.
Chinese food's amazing.
I'm.
Don't paint the dog
Okay,
red
wait,
yet.
okay, we won't do that one yet, but let's go back to that.
So shill broth from the truck. Imagine carrying.
What is actually happening
I know,
here?
I'm sorry.
It's
this
like
is
an,
disgusting.
what is this? Is an
I'm gonna throw up.
avalanche of like carcasses here?
It's absolutely disgusting.
And look, they're packing them in little
This
crates.
should have been the thumbnail. This is
Yeah,
shocking.
I mean, look, the guys walking around. They're walking around in their boots and stuff in this.
And goodness knows how old these are. Oh, it's
Dude,
just.
look at you can't see it when we're there, but look at the ground.
This is where bird flu
The
comes
ground is like, that's shill broth in the ground.
That is.
Yeah, they'll just they'll ladle that up. You know what I mean?
Shills love that
They
broth.
do. But I mean, okay, in all honesty though, this is how food is transported and how food is sorted. And you can see they're putting them into little crates to take them to sell them or to cook them in the restaurants or whatever, right? Let's chuck them on the concrete. Now this is next level.
You know how you paint the town red? What do you say? We're going to paint the town red?
What's this old man doing?
He's painting the dog red.
Yeah.
So dog meat everywhere in China.
Yeah.
Very funny. I've been seeing
Yeah.
on Xiaohongshu,
Yeah.
Red Note.
Yeah.
They've got a bunch of Chinese people telling Americans that there's no dog meat in China. That's like anti-China propaganda or whatever.
Right.
And then they're like, people get paid to say that. Bro, go to maps.baidu.com. So it's like Google Maps in China.
Yeah.
Type in Go Ro Dian.
Yeah.
Go Ro Dian, which means dog meat restaurant. The map will turn red with all the pinpoints.
Yeah, I mean,
there's 100,000 dog
There's so many dog meat
in China.
restaurants, yeah. Anyway, what he's doing is he's painting the meat red to make it look fresh.
Yes.
Which is in itself just so dumb. Hopefully
It's
he's
to
using
make it look fresh, like you
I
said.
hope he's using edible food coloring.
Oh, I'm sure, Winston. He's going to be using edible grade food coloring.
No,
He's using paint.
Yeah.
He's painting the dog red.
He is. He went to like Home Depot and got himself or Lowe's or something, you know. Anyway, this particular
I should have known better than to eat dinner and watch the China show at the same time. We're going to gross you out. guys.
Yeah, sorry
This is
about
reality.
that. Yeah, this is a bit of a scandal that's just released. This is from a school cafeteria
Yes.
where they found the people using their like gum boots to wash the food.
Yeah, rain boots or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
So this is in Jiangxi in a middle school.
Wash that food with your boots. Stomp on that food. It's kind of disgusting.
The thing is, this is after a probe. We go to the next one. Translate.
Okay.
This is after a probe, right? It
Right.
says, number 16, Xinyu number 16 middle school canteen criticized every year but never changed. School leaders also want to investigate the students who filmed the video instead of rectifying the canteen. Every canteen rectification plan is fake. Leaders come and just go through the motions. So what they do, and we've seen this across the board, this is why nothing actually gets fixed in China. That's why you see roads explode. Do you think we would run out of content every week than being able to show you an entire city going under siege of explosions?
You just need to go through our history of the China show. And by the way, we get so much material.
Yeah.
We have so much. We have not enough time every week to show you what we have.
This show could be a daily show. I'm not even joking. It could be a daily ass stream.
Yeah, we could.
We
Every
could
single
retire
day.
everything we do and do this show because there's so much freaking content.
Yeah,
It's
because
insane.
China is just kind of a madhouse. It's chaotic.
It is.
It's absolutely chaotic.
And my point is, they can't rectify any of this stuff because nobody will do anything. It's all corrupt.
Yeah, but you know what they do is they prevent the spread of the information, which is why, see what they say here? The school leaders want to investigate the students who filmed the video instead of rectifying the canteen.
Yep.
Remember
That's what they
we showed that thing where the boy mysteriously, the teenager mysteriously died at school? What did they do? They turned the power off and went to make sure that everyone deleted all chats and all videos and all anything about it. That was their priority before even letting the parents in.
Who in their right mind is supporting China right now?
It's ridiculous.
You got to be crazy.
Yep.
It's North Korea.
It is.
It's nuts.
It's all about, like, let's rather go after the people that filmed it rather than, address the problem.
Yes.
And it's a recurring theme, unfortunately.
Please give this a thumbs up if you want to fight this censorship.
Yeah. So look, this is kind of dumb.
Well, this is happening a lot right now. People are fighting over anything. Anytime food gets discounted right now, a lot of fights break out right now because, like I said, some inside reports we're getting is that food prices are skyrocketing.
Well, this is like, by the way, I've been here. This is the Sam's Club in Shenzhen.
That's true.
It's very close to where I used to live. Do you remember?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, we used to go here all the time, actually. That's where we used to get our turkeys for Christmas dinner, which is very hard to get a turkey in China, but Sam's Club used to
For
have them.
$100 for like a...
Yeah, but they were tiny. It's like the size of a chicken.
It's like a one-man
That's why I used to have to like go smuggle from Hong Kong.
Yes, I remember you,
That was-
you were a turkey smuggler.
Yeah, that was better. Yeah. Anyway, here's the thing, though. They had a discount on roast chicken there, like 39 RMB. And because obviously it's a massive discount, people came in with fighting over it.
This is happening.
Yeah. Give me that chicken.
Well, people don't have money for stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah.
Take what you can get. Beer hater hour.
Yeah. Oh.
By the way, they're buying less chickens in that truck.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
Come on.
I'm pretty sure Sam's Club's like sourcing them better. Yeah,
But
they're
like
sourcing better stuff.
99% of other supermarkets.
Dude, can we just talk a little bit about how they transport that chicken?
Yeah.
They literally have like a tide pool, like a little wave pool. What do you call it? Like a kiddie pool, basically.
Yeah.
Like a massive pool that you set up in your backyard in a truck.
Yes.
That's just full of like disgusting corpses floating around.
You are true.
Just with nothing covering it, by the way. And they're just like driving around the countryside and then they like dump it out on the concrete floor and people stamping it with their shoes. And then I'm like, what's going on here? It's pretty
And even when
insane.
you go to the supermarket, that's what happened to it prior.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they've chucked it in a crate. They hosed it off, maybe.
There was a nice supermarket near where I lived. You go behind it, and all the aisles, the old ladies, packaging that stuff from those trucks.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. Do you remember the split pig trucks?
Yes.
Dude. Yeah.
Yeah, or the dog trucks.
Yeah, the dog trucks, yeah. We've got a lot of these things to show you that we filmed and saw with our own eyes, obviously. But
Maybe we should do a whole, like, where your food comes from episode.
Yeah.
It's bad.
It's pretty ridiculous.
Freaking disgusting.
Anyway, guys, if you were not joining us on Monday for the Xiaoban Ho, this is what you missed. We'd like you to see.
This is where we drink beer and we talk about stuff we hate. I hate splitting the bill.
If you're going to be that kind of person, just stay at home. Just, go drink your tap water at home.
Like pulling it back and it's like, rah, rah! It's like trying to kill you, right?
Okay, yeah.
And they go, oh, don't worry, he's just saying hi.
Oh, I get you. You suck. You're going to die anyway. No one's going to care about you.
That's
I
Get
hate
outta
this.
here.
I hate this crap. Get
I'm
it out
glad-
of here.
cheers. Ching,
yeah,
ching.
cheers. Cheers. Ching ching. Ching ching. Hey, what is this? American bacon kind of sucks to me. It's always like crispy and like. What? Dude.
This is out of control.
I'm sorry, but
I'm sweating. This actually is making me upset.
we literally the cops
No,
came.
we were gonna get arrested. They were ready to put us in the squad car.
2 police cars
Yes.
came.
They thought we were gonna blow up a Whataburger.
Yeah, so it was fun.
Yes.
We did another beer hater hour where we just talk about things we hate, and it's always fun.
I did drink Coors on camera.
Yeah, I had to
You
drink
drank
that
IPA, then we
horrible IPA, but yeah, we swapped. And then you enjoyed your IPA, and I enjoyed my Coors. It was pretty good. Yeah. Yeah,
But it was a great episode. Go to patreon.com/ADV podcast
Oh, yeah.
because you'll get access to 100+ episodes. It's where we do completely different stuff than what we do here, but they're full episodes. We put a lot of effort and quality into it. They're fully interactive. You guys vote on the next topic. We read your live Q&As. It's mad fun.
Oh, we have the Wheel of Fortune.
The Wheel of Fortune now. If you're in the live tier, by the way, take advantage of the half price sale, by the way. But if you're in the live tier, if you pay the big bucks, you'll have access to the Wheel of Fortune. Where
Wheel of Fortune. Yeah.
Where we spin a wheel and your name can come up if you decide to join.
Yeah.
And we will handwrite you a Chinese name that we think about over a week.
Yeah.
Teach you how to write it, teach you how to say it, and pick a real name, not some bullshit name that foreigners always pick when they go to China or whatever.
Dragonstone or
yeah,
something.
or like Big Ocean or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
We pick a real thoughtful name that Chinese people will be
Or
impressed
Brothel
with.
Toad or something.
Or whatever, something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, we give you a name like this,
Yeah.
and you can cherish it. You can use that when you meet Chinese speakers; they'll appreciate it, and that's been having some great success.
Yeah.
But also, you'll be part of something absolutely fun.
Yeah.
It is the best way to support us financially,
Mhm.
and it is the most fun you'll have all week here.
I agree. Yeah, please join us if you have the means. And now it's time for us to get back to the show. We're going to be talking about what's happening in the world, specifically with regards to China in our Worldview segment.
That's right.
And what do we have today?
So there is an executive order from President Trump imposing duties to address the synthetic opioid supply chain, which is good. Nice to see things being done about that. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Source down below. I can read more up on that. There's been a lot of hubbub about the whole opioid thing. But also in the same news, there was a bit of a kerfuffle.
Yeah, I got to say, I'm getting a little bit tired of this. There's a lot of this kind of thing going on, flip-flopping.
Yeah.
Where it seems like the American government's about to do something good that's going to finally, put China to task, take China to task, I should say. But then it's always a hollow threat. It's like, we're going to ban TikTok. And then it's like, no, sorry, master. Did I say I was going to upset you? I don't want to. And then the same with this. Oh, we're going to put a big tariff on China. Oh, I'm so sorry. Maybe not. I don't want to upset you.
I'm getting kind of confused.
And then it's like, we're going to stop this, stupid de minimis thing where Timo and Shane and all
Right.
that stuff can just send stuff without
That's on
anything.
the next one, yeah.
And then it's all of a sudden it's like, oh wait, no, sorry, please continue. I didn't mean to upset you.
So I guess I don't
Who's
understand.
in charge here?
I guess I don't understand because the Postal Service put out this thing and I saw it and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, they're actually doing
They
something.
actually stop packages from China and Hong Kong. We're like, whoa, this might be happening,
Yeah.
right? And then within 12 hours, it gets reversed. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what happened here?
Yeah.
Right? So then go to the next one. This is very confusing because the de minimis thing is the most important thing, I think, one of the most important things right now.
Yeah.
And that basically says that China's been taking advantage of this.
I'm
right?
sorry, but is that supposed to be Trump?
I don't know. It's Reuters, dude. It's stock photo.
I'm sorry,
We
but
didn't make
that's
this.
like, what the hell?
I think it's supposed to be a cartoon or something. Anyway, can we talk about de minimis?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, so de minimis is this idea, not an idea, it's a rule
Yes.
that says any package under $800,
Which is stupid.
which is so high,
Yeah.
doesn't need to be inspected, basically.
Yes, and
right?
it's not subject to tariffs.
to tariffs. So China opens up these companies called Temu and Shein, or Shein,
Yeah.
or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah.
And they dump, and they destroy the American economy, consumer economy. They've overtaken everything.
Yeah, they
right?
destroy actual mom and pop homegrown businesses
Yes.
because you can't make anything that can compete with it.
Yeah, so this law is designed to take for poor countries like Ethiopia or something,
Yeah.
or Kenya, to be able to compete globally, and I agree with it from
Sure.
that perspective. Unfortunately, China takes advantage of it and then destroys the American consumer market.
Yeah.
Right. Also, there's potential, apparently, according to these articles, for illegal substances being shipped
Well,
over.
also, look, we covered this already, but they send things that are harmful.
And things that catch on fire and faulty electronics and
Yeah,
kids
yeah.
get caught on fire with shirts that are flammable.
Yeah, exactly.
It's bad quality
Very
shit.
bad stuff, yeah.
Right? So then like this is exciting. This is part of the whole tariff thing.
Yeah, let's stop that. That was the whole idea, right? Let's stop that.
Yeah, and then there was an executive order today, and it stopped it.
So it stopped the stop.
Yeah.
Repealed it. So it's
I
like,
don't know what's happening.
well, you know what is happening is, it's unfortunate as a third-party outside observer here, not being American, is I can see a lot of promises that were made are just being broken. It's straightforward. It's this whole idea was, the new government's going to be tough on China, but the new government's being incredibly soft on China. It's the opposite. It's almost like the new government's sucking China off, in a very literal sense, as in, unzipping their fly.
Whoa.
Well, I'm sorry, but I'm just being completely honest here.
The new government, a non-American perspective.
the new government in America is not being tough on China. It's the opposite. It's being tough on its allies, and it's being very sucking off to China. It's brown-nosing China. It's helping China.
It's
weird.
Weird.
It's weird.
Super
Sorry for my
weird.
language, but it's disappointing. Is what
I just don't get it. I guess I'm hopeful. Here's the deal. I'm not gonna go
Give
down.
it 6 months.
No, I'm not gonna get. No, stop. No, I'm going.
Yeah.
No, because I'm not gonna go all doom and gloom because I don't want to.
Mm.
I don't think that serves a purpose right now. But I do want to. I do want to just point that out. It is pretty freaking weird right now.
Yeah.
Out of all the things that have happened, like the TikTok reversal, like all this stuff, all of these things have benefited China.
It's all about benefiting China.
What's happening?
Yeah, it's actually very frustrating to see that the American government right now is actually sucking up to China, helping China, and hurting its allies.
So yeah, Texas Panda here, disagree with you on this. That's fine. Again, I'm not making any absolutes here.
Yeah.
I do just think it's a bit weird. I just think it's a bit weird.
Yeah.
I don't think that I'm not going to go all the way down that road. I just don't understand what's happening right now.
Yeah.
And I think we're allowed to be confused, right?
Yeah.
We're allowed to say it's confusing.
It's like I said, for me, it's not a matter of being confused. For me, it's a matter of being disappointed.
Yeah.
Because I was genuinely expecting the new government, American government, to be harder on China, not softer on China, which is what's happening, which is weird. Anyway.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah,
Hopefully
we'll see.
Things turn around.
Again, it's early days. It's hard. It's too hard to really, judge completely at the moment. So
I just want to and again, it's not tied to this, but like for example, when we covered that whole Tucker Carlson thing, we just want to hopefully we're wrong about that, but reminding people, let us know the next time he says something negative about China.
He won't.
But no, let us know.
Okay,
we just want to know because this is I feel like we're getting blindsided right now, slapped in the face, and it's very weird. Everyone's turning pro-China, it seems.
Oh yeah,
it's very weird.
Yeah, it's not weird to me. The writing's been on the wall for a while, but unfortunately, that's the way things are going. But that's what we're here for. We're an independent source. We look at things the way they are. Especially with regards to China and Chinese propaganda. And we hope we're helping lift the veil.
Yeah.
Like I say, parting the wool from people's eyes.
Maybe people in leadership can make better decisions when watching this show.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Because, China is very good at propaganda, like you saw the whole Chongqing thing earlier.
Yeah.
Managed to facilitate this huge campaign where they got all these big travel vloggers.
To at least say the same thing.
Yeah, say the same thing, go to all the exact same spots, They brought them in, definitely. Again... cannot say for sure, but I bet you if you ask them nicely, to be honest, they'll tell you that all their travel expenses were paid for by the Chongqing government, or an agent connected to them.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's continue on. So China says it will protect its own interests in face of U.S. bullying. But that's the weird thing. The U.S. is not doing any bullying, is it?
No.
Unless they call getting sucked off by bullying. Stop. I'm sorry, but
hopefully this 10% tariff thing will do some damage and actually get some of the the fairness back in the USA's court after being bullied by China this entire time.
Isn't it?
I have a little bit of faith. I do.
Yeah, there's a 10% tariff from American side, then China comes out with 15% on certain things.
Yeah.
So who's the bully?
China's consistently been the bully the entire time.
Exactly.
Through any presidency, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, U.S. imposes sanctions on international network shipping Iranian oil to China.
That's good.
That's a good thing.
It's a good thing,
yeah.
Right? So that's what I'm saying. It's not all bad. Like I said, it's a weird time. It's a weird time. It's strange.
Yeah.
Right? And I appreciate your outside perspective as a non-American.
Yep.
Soon maybe you'll have to leave.
Yeah, I mean that's life. It won't change my opinion on
it in
anything.
your mouth, they'll kick you out. Anyway, I'm joking.
That's why you can always be guaranteed that anything we say is not biased.
We're zero partisan, by the way.
Yeah, and I don't, I'm not influenced by outside forces.
No.
That's the thing. Our moral compass is always pointing where it points, and nothing's shifting that.
That is correct.
Someone offers me $1 million tomorrow to say something, I will take the $1 million and then say, hey, this person gave me this $1 million to say this. You want it back? Take it. I'm being completely honest here. I'm not somebody who can be bought.
Nope, that's who we are.
Yep.
You'll find out that a lot of people that are doing the China apologetics, by the way, without saying too much, they're making a lot of money.
Oh, of course.
Oh, they're making a lot of money.
Makes sense.
And the house of cards may come down at some point. Let's just say that.
Well, let's hope so.
Yeah.
Okay, the end of the Chinese economic miracle. What is this?
This is a very good article. This is what I wanted to point out, because in the face of all of this absolute insane Chinese propaganda that's telling us that they've got it all figured out,
yeah,
the more they pump that stuff out, the worse it is.
Oh, yeah.
And speaking to people in China, we can tell you for a fact it's very, very bad.
Yeah.
Right? It's not the end of the world, but people are struggling, right?
Yeah.
This is a really good article by AEI, put out on AEI by Dremen Lockman. And I just want you guys to read it if you get a chance. It's down below. I'm not going to sit here and read the whole thing. But the reason I like this article is that it's very short and it's very to the point and written in language that anyone can understand about why China's economy is failing. Very simple.
Okay.
Right? And it's super well cited. And I liked it. I just thought it was really good because when you read a lot of these economic articles, they're very verbose.
Sure.
This was not. This was simple and easy
Good
to
stuff.
understand.
And you've got that linked in the description?
I do, yeah.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
All right, what's next?
There's the second part of that. I just figured we finish off with some funny clips. What do you think?
Yeah, what do we got? What do we got?
Some traffic related stuff.
Okay.
Good stuff.
All right. Well, again, guys, this is kind of an interesting one. What you're seeing here is somebody who's taken the wrong exit, I guess. So what would you do when you take the wrong exit?
You definitely don't reverse down it, but we have been in cars of people in China that do literally reverse.
No, of course you don't reverse down. You do a U-turn.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I was in cars going in reverse.
Yeah, no. See this?
At least they decided to do a U-turn.
Yeah, the problem with this particular individual is that they did it right in front of the cops.
Yes.
There happened to be a traffic cop there parked on the little island over there, and they're coming to say hi. Yes. But, talk about dangerous. Now, earlier we showed you that clip that looked like Silent Hill.
Yes.
Shall
we have another?
Let's have another. This is what happens when you have bad visibility.
Okay.
Maria.
Slow down. Ooh, rough.
Stop!
Oh, that guy was going fast.
Yeah. Stop it! But it's better than that one clip we showed where the road collapsed, the new highway, and people literally just drove off the cliff over and over again.
Exactly.
That's China.
I mean,
China. 要不要去中国？中国很安全。
Yeah. Here's the thing. Would you not slow down if you saw a bunch of people waving? Another funny one for you over here. That's like a lot. It's got to be hundreds. Yeah. All right. So, what do you think's going to happen here?
I think this guy's going to fall into the lake.
I think you're wrong.
Oh!
Yeah.
Let's see.
Let's find out. Okay, so guy comes on his three-wheeler. Another guy falls in the lake. Not him. But guess what? He just keeps driving. He doesn't care.
He didn't stop.
Nope.
That guy at least came out.
Yeah, exactly.
This guy's trying to get away with it.
This guy drove through a gate, like a fence thing.
Okay.
You know those automatically open and close? He obviously like rammed out and he's just like, doesn't care. Just peacing out.
Dodge ram.
Yep.
got spiked. Wow. Yeah, he had a bollard under him.
Well, I think
Was
that's
it
a traffic cone.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Bollard, cone, tomato.
Exactly. Well, guys, it's time for our Q&A. It's Yamcha time. This is where we answer your questions and you question our answers.
That's right.
So, what do we got?
Today, we have World Eater. Thank you for being a member. Hope your trip went well, my friend. Caliban says, have a coffee to share.
A coffee to share. All right. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Oh, because the amount they donated.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
I was trying to figure that out. Thank you very much. We'll share that coffee.
Yep.
Andrew Shinegold says, shout out for Dragonilla's channel. It's great. And we also shout out. Dragonilla is a fantastic creator.
Yep.
She's a Swedish woman that does some deep dives into some
very good
crazy,
artist.
cool stuff. Yeah.
Go check it out.
Yes. Megatron S. OMG, the pandemonium.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. Pandemonium.
Yeah.
I get it. There, right? MC Maestro, I remember you guys having a segment about Chinese citizens with themselves as deities on keychains and posters. Yes, that's on Xiaoban Ho.
Yeah.
So that's on our patreon.com/ADV podcast.
Yeah, that's right.
Does that concept have a name in the Chinese? I don't think so.
It's kind of like, we just call them glamour photos or something. Right?
Yeah. Zai, but it's definitely Zai, like loving yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
I've been trying to look it up and ask about it, but that's not a concept. It's just something that
people do.
Yeah.
Like everyone does it.
Yes. In hot water, I told my boss our bulk garlic powder is coming from China. He made it clear to our purveyor that he wants no food source from China at his restaurant. Keep it up, and it's the small victories that count.
Excellent. Well done.
Don't support garlic from China. I'll tell you why. It's made with forced prison labor, and it's unsanitary.
Yes. 100%.
Yes.
Good on you, mate.
And it's not just like normal prisoners, by the way. These are like
prisoners of conscience. Yeah.
Pretos, thank you very much. Cat, thank you very much. Great Punt Arches says, gonna have to watch later, but showing some love.
Oh, thank you.
Gabriel Keen here. Hey, my dudes, as usual, thanks for the great content. I finally got my vacation dates locked in for Taiwan 2025.
Excellent.
Can I get a celebratory protest?
Yes, you certainly can. Here comes Mr. Protest himself. Excellent.
Legal Eagle. Isn't benzene highly carcinogenic?
Yep, pretty sure it is.
They used to put methyl benzene in our petrol until they worked it out. Yikes. Legal Eagle also says, and why no vents for the sewage system? Vents would have avoided the explosion. Why do you think? Why do you think? Just think about that for a minute.
Well,
Don't use logic.
Yeah, you saw last week how throwing a firecracker down there caused an entire street to blow up and cars to flip over and stuff. It's because it's badly planned. It shouldn't have that amount of methane buildup in the first place. But on top of that, I mean, it's an interesting thing in China. I'll tell you this. Usually when you build like a manhole, you'll get a pre-made concrete thing that they come and put in the ground. But in China, because you got so many people and labor so cheap, they'll have a dude sit there with bricks, like a bricklayer, and actually make it himself. Everything's kind of sloppily put together. Which is just like good enough. Yeah. Oh, by the way, it is time to loosen the tie.
Oh, yeah.
And it's time for us to bid the people that are not watching live or on the weekend adieu. Stay awesome. But for the rest of us, let's continue with the Q&A.
You betch. Philosophy. Thank you very much. This is very, it means a lot to us right now in these trying times.